Now, we were talking earlier at the top of the show, in fact, that betting on the Brownlow has been introduced in Victoria this year. The National Sportsbook have framed a market, and Rob Gaylard is standing by. We'll be crossing down to get the latest betting there, but just before we do, how do we feel about the betting on the Brownlow? Ross Oakley certainly has had some comments. In fact, we might have a look at Ross and what he's got to say about the Brownlow betting before we go down to Rob Gaylard.
Ross, Brownlow betting is with us, but I gather you're not entirely comfortable with it.
No, we're really not comfortable with gaming on football, but we understand that it's there and it's really it's here to stay. Now our position is that if it's a matter of fact, then the AFL should get something back out of it from the TAB or those operating any gaming facility. We do provide the game, and at this point in time we're really not getting anything out of it.
Is that the only reason that you're not comfortable with it?
No, we don't like the idea of gaming on football simply because we believe there have been occasions in the past where gaming has caused some disquiet in terms of players, the way players play on the field. And this goes way back into the 20s, the 1920s, in fact the 1915, 1916, somewhere around that period of time. There was of course some disquiet, and that does concern us, but if it's a matter of fact, then what we've got to do is try and extract some gain for football out of it.
So we will expect some meetings probably in the not too distant future between Tabcorp and
no doubt.
AFL.
We'll be wanting to talk to Tabcorp and the Minister for Sport, who supported the issuing of a licence.
Right, there's Ross Oakley talking about betting on the Brownlow, and how appropriate. We've got Mickey McGuane because you're known to take a slight interest in horse racing.
Horse racing.
You can't bet on footy. If you were, who do you like in the footy, in the Brownlow at the minute, Mick?
Oh, I suppose there's probably three good chances. I think James Hird's had an outstanding year.
He's the favourite at the minute. I think we'll discover that shortly.
Nathan Burke.
Nathan
Burke has
Burke.
been outstanding. And I don't see any reason why Darren Jarman, who's been reinstated, has got a terrific chance because his first 6 or 7 weeks were outstanding.
All right, now that's as far as tips go.
Mick's a good judge too.
Yeah.
He went to stall last week and turned the Punters Club money from $800 into about $8,500 last week.
Is that right?
We certainly did.
Oh, no wonder you're smiling.
It was a big day. So it was a night.
Now, just you got a philosophical point here.
Well, you said it's appropriate that Mick was here.
Yeah.
I think it's appropriate that you're here.
Yes.
Because you're a member of Parliament.
Yes.
And you own the party that's in power.
I own it.
And it's your party that is taking money from football, earning money through football, and we're not getting anything back. Racing does, quite correctly.
Yes.
So why doesn't football?
Well, it's a question I'll take up with the Minister for you, Ron.
How strongly will you take it up? Camp on his doorstep.
Gee, that is getting very strong.
You are right. You brought up the point off air that racing gets money, the dogs get money.
I made the point here on the program several weeks ago about just footy betting in general, because we've had that all year, and we've got Darwin betting and Centre Bet, and there's a City Index Sports. There's quite a few of them now. Yes, I would have thought it was appropriate. I'm entitled to have my opinion as a backbencher, but I try to come in here on a Friday and talk football and keep politics out of it. Ron, it might be the last time I've ever seen on this program now that we've had to mix the two, but yes, I will bring it up with the Minister, and I'll say, Ron Barassi asked me, even though you're not a constituent directly of mine, I will bring it up, Ron. Now, Rob Gaylard, I'm told, is standing by and is just itching to tell us, and we've been waffling on here, so Rob is down at National Sportsbook with Gary Davies, and he'll no doubt have the Brownlow betting for us ready to go now. Take it away, Rob.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Well, Coves, and all the panel back there, you've had a look at the Brownlow. Well, surprising enough, as you mentioned, we do have all the odds here. Gary Davies joins us again from Sportsbook. And Gary, it's only been out about 3 or 4 days, but the moves are on already.
They certainly are. There's been plenty of interest early. James Hird steady. 5-1 we thought might be a little bit short, but the punters are quite happy to take the 5s.
Well, you heard what Cover has to say. That's his... well, he's number 1 pick. His number 2 pick we'll probably find out later on.
Yes, well, he is favourite, number 1 pick. But Curtis, no, not real money. Hocking, no. Robert Harvey, good money for him from 12s into 10s.
He's always well back.
He is. And Paul Kelly, they think that Kelly can repeat last year because he's been 14 to 1 bet into 10 to 1. And Nathan Buckley, great game last week against North Melbourne.
Any money for Nathan Burke?
Nathan Burke there has been. He's been 14s into 12s as well. So the middle pins are the ones they're going for at the moment, Rob.
So the big money virtually in 3 days of betting is?
The big money has been for Paul Kelly, Nathan Buckley, Nathan Burke.
Interesting. All right, well, you stick with your fives there, Coach, with James Hurd as your number 1 pick. Let's have a look at our round of matches as we start off round 16. Tonight, North Melbourne, St Kilda, and, well, North Melbourne let us down badly last week.
They did let us down, but I think they'll bounce back. They've got to win this one to keep their top 2 hopes alive, and they're 2 to 7. No real money for St Kilda at 9 to 4.
It looks as if you can't make up your mind between Essendon and Richmond.
No, we'll leave that to you guys. 4 to 5 each of 2. Let the punters work that out.
Okay, well, no denim for Essendon. Richmond, well, they're just a dangerous side any time of the year. Richmond, especially coming into the finals. Footscray in Brisbane. Now, if they can stop their dancing out there, they might see a bit of footy because, of course, it's their national day out there.
That's right, it is the national day out there. Brisbane with Lynch back deserve to be favourites. 8 to 13. I think that'll probably go. I think there'll be money for Brisbane, Rob.
Geelong 5's on against Melbourne. I do tend to agree with that.
Yes, I think they'll take the 5s on with Geelong too. I think we'll find they'll run about 1 to 7.
Good tussle. Hawthorn and Carlton.
Yes, Hawthorn. Good judges last week tipped the Hawks.
We won't mention who that was, of course. But
and they're same price this week, 2 to 1, but I don't know whether they're as good as things this week because Carlton at 1 to 3 look as if they will win.
Well, the big question mark, of course, over Jason Dunstall. Will he line up or will he not? Sydney against Adelaide. Now, I believe there has been a fair amount of money for Adelaide. Surprising.
Yes, that's right. Being the best back this week. 9 to 2 we gave, and twice we laid 9,000 to 2,000, Rob. So very good money to see that Adelaide can win.
Local derby.
Yes, and West Coast should be too strong. They've played 3 times and they've beaten them 3 times, Rob.
I see you've had to do a little bit of improvisation down here.
Yes, didn't have short enough odds for the Pies. They're 1 to 14 after their good win last week, and Fitzroy 11 to 2.
All right, a rather interesting little round of betting for round 16. We've done the Brownlow this week. Next week, another surprise for those watching.
Yes, watch next week. We've got another set of odds about another betting venture.
Look forward to that. Good luck, boys. Hope your team wins wherever you're watching us, and also to our good judges back in the studio. Just a reminder, James Hurd, and you can get on at Sportsbook for Brownlow betting for 1986.
Thanks, Rob. And there you go. James Hurd is the favourite at the top of the betting there. And you were talking about, you like Lambert, do you, Mel?
Well, I think Lambert and Harvey have caught, but Lambert has to have, I mean, admittedly Voss could take votes, but gee whiz, Lambert just kept getting the ball. He's been sensational.
25 to 1 on the sheet that was faxed to me. We might have a little discussion about that later, Mel. Now,